afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Toad TV. I'm Mary Beth.
I'm Helen.
And we are the creative hands and minds behind Toad Hollow. This is take 2, and we had Tabitha and everybody here, and now it's pretty much us, which is probably for the best.
We are boring now, so...
Yes. However, it was, there were a couple of touch and go moments there where somebody might be launching and somebody else might be landing, and it was, So, anyway. Welcome. It's Tuesday. It's June 15th. And we're back from vacation.
Yes.
And obviously I've forgotten how to,
we can do this over again.
Nope, we're going. Go for it. Go forward. I'm kind of disconcerted because my hair seems to have grown an enormous amount over the weekend. I don't know why.
But like lengthwise, or you're just getting very puffy?
Lengthwise, because it's like I pushed it down over my forehead because while we were at... one of the stops we made in Virginia was visiting my brother, and he took some pictures, and it looks like I have this ginormous forehead, so that I'm brushing my hair down over my forehead, but now it looks like all of a sudden I've sprouted hair.
I'm taking all that out.
No, you have to keep it in. It's all part of it. Anyway, so we went away this weekend. We went to Virginia.
I was going to say, you called it vacation. I'm like, it was not vacation.
It really wasn't.
We were gone for 48 hours.
However, it was nice to get away.
Yes, it was.
Very nice to get away. And we had a good time.
We did. We had a blast at the Flying Needles. Sunday we had such a good visit with the nephews and my brother and sister-in-law.
Very short, but
yeah.
We really... So anyway, that's you.
Yeah, it's time to breathe.
Okay. Anyway, we drove down Friday, and we got a little bit of a late start, which anybody who knows us will totally understand. But we got to the rental house at about 8:30, which it was full on dark.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Typical of us, we're not staying, where anybody else lives.
No.
So
it was out in the middle of nowhere. It was a 13-acre farm. It was at the end of... You had to drive on what they refer to as country roads, which means gravel.
One lane.
And then no marking on the driveway, so that we had no idea which driveway was his. So that was fun. We finally found it. It was okay. One of the neighbors came out because I'm pretty sure they don't see headlights go down this road at all unless they know
especially
the car.
back and forth.
Yeah. So he came out. He's like, "Hey, do you need help?" And we're like, "We're looking for this number." He's like, "Yeah, that's Drew's. It's next door." So we found it. They said that there might be chickens and ducks. We didn't see any, but
right.
The neighbor's cows came to visit on Saturday afternoon to graze in his pasture, so that was kind of cool. Clueless 1 and 2 walked right by and didn't even notice them.
No, I'm taking pictures
big,
of cows, and these two, the dogs are just like, oh, la, la, la.
And I mean, these are big animals.
Yeah.
Like big. But as we were driving down, it got to a point where we both had to go to the bathroom really badly, but we were almost there. And we're driving by and we're like, oh, look, bulls. And Helen was saying, if I didn't have to go to the bathroom so badly, I'd make you stop it and take my picture. I'm like, can you just imagine if he took off with you hanging on for dear life? And we're like, oh, there goes Helen on the bull.
Bull, drop Helen.
Stop, drop it. Ferdinand, stop, drop Helen. Anyway.
It was
but
very
of course,
punchy. I mean, it was just...
Laughing hysterically is not the greatest
7
thing to do
hours in
when
the
you
car.
go out to be. Anyhow, we got there. We found the place. It was okay. And then Saturday we went to the Flying Needles in Williamsburg, and oh my God, we had such a good time.
Yes, Worldwide Knit in Public Day. Susan, the owner of Flying Needles, is the loveliest human being on the planet.
Oh, she's so nice and so much fun.
And just so boisterous and fun. So we had a blast with her and her staff. Were so nice and doing a very good job of selling our yarn.
Very good job, yes, because we have a trunk show there right now,
Right.
and they were just doing a wonderful job selling all our yarn for
Right.
her. So yeah, no, it worked out very, very well.
And we got to meet some new and some existing customers. We got to sit and chat with people. It was just so relaxing and nice and fun to see people face to face again.
Yes. We had lunch there and we chatted and knit, and it was great.
Right.
It was really, really fun. And then we found this really great restaurant nearby where we were staying that had the best tiramisu.
Oh, so good. Really good.
And they had a flourless chocolate torte. It was just
very rich.
Really rich, but really chocolatey and very, very good. So, quick break while children walked up to the beach and dogs
we objected
barked.
to it.
Anyway, so while we were at Flying Needles, we were going around. Susan dyes yarn also, and she dyes under Robin's Promise is the name of her yarn. And I was going around and admiring some of her yarn, and she kept saying that I was making her self-conscious. And I'm like, I'm admiring your yarn. It's beautiful.
Yeah, her yarn is gorgeous. She gets some beautiful, beautiful colors, and she has great samples in the shop.
Yes, that inspire you.
Right.
Really inspire you. So, do you want to talk about what you're going to do? Because, of course, we bought yarn.
Right.
This may be a little bit choppy because we keep making mistakes. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay. So, Susan was wearing a cardigan. It was a 3/4 length cardigan, fingering weight, open. And I commented on it because it looked great, and she insisted that I try it on because I was saying that it would look perfect for if you're doing an in and out kind of thing where, you know, you're outside and it's warm and then you go inside to air conditioning, you just throw on the cardigan.
Right.
And so I tried it on. She complimented me, said it looked great on me. So of course I'm like, oh, okay. I'll make one. So I wanted to make it in her yarn, which is the Robin's Promise yarn. And I couldn't decide on one particular color.
Should we tell them the name of the sweater now that you've talked about it?
Oh, yeah. The sweater is called, it's the Komodo sweater.
It's by Nicola Susan, and it's Comodo.
Right. It's the Komodo cardigan, or it's just the Komodo. And you can do it in any weight, any gauge. She has... Paige, Spike says hello. She has directions for just, you know, here, this is your gauge, this is what you need to do. But I like the fingering aspect of it because of the lightweight and just the way it draped in the fingering. So anyway, I couldn't pick one color, so I decided to go with a bit of a fade. So these are the colors I bought.
Excuse me.
God bless you.
Thank you. Okay.
So I'm going to do the light. It's a top-down sweater, so I'll start off with the light and then work my way up to the darkest one. And the color names are, it's Robin's Promise yarn. Sure. And this one is Tulip Emperors. And then we get,
There. That's it. Good.
Tulip Mania. Tulip Electric. And also Tulip Electric. It's just that this one came out just a little bit lighter. So we were trying different options as the for the fourth, but this one just worked perfectly. So I just love it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
These purples and pinks are going to be so beautiful.
Yeah.
So absolutely gorgeous.
And they'll just work perfectly with, you know, a little black dress or, you know, anything neutral. It'll add a little bit of pop. So very excited.
Yes. It's going to be absolutely beautiful over my yellow shirt.
Sure.
And you might think that's self-serving, but Helen has one too, so it's going to look really pretty over hers too. Oh look, Helen's making another sweater
for my
back.
back. Right. Probably.
So as we said, she had all these different samples up that you just totally got sucked in. And one of them was the Seldotna crop. The Seldotna crop. Not crap. The Seldotna crop. By Caitlin Hunter. And I know that there was one year, I think it was 3 years ago maybe, that everybody wore it to Rhinebeck. It was like the hot thing.
We can say for sure it wasn't last year.
Yes, that I can do. But true to form, I'm a couple years after the It's okay. She had it done in pinks and greens with a very, very dark, almost bluish black border.
And bright pinks and greens,
Right.
nothing pastel about it. These are bright colors.
And I'm like, oh, I really, really, really like that sweater. So I thought, okay, I'm going to get yarn to do it. Now, she did it in a DK weight, which I believe is what it calls for. However, she didn't have the colors that I wanted in DK, so I got them in fingering. I would have needed to get 2 skeins of all the colors anyway, so I just got 2 skeins to hold together double, and I'm going to do it that way. Except for the gray. I only got 1 of the gray, but I'll just wind that and then hold front and the middle and the outside and do it that way. So anyway, this is what I'm going to do. The bottom, the very, very bottom, and the divider in between different colors is going to be this gray. And this is Stormy Skies. Again, these are all Robin's Roost colors, Robin's Promise colors, and they are all the Songbird. So they are all the 75-25. So that is Stormy Skies. Then the green part of it that I'm going to do, this is Spring Green. And then the yarn calls for 4, or the pattern calls for 4 different colors. I'm going to do it in 3. So wherever they had a multicolored that was going to be an accent, I'm going to do it with either the green against the orangey pink, or the orangey pink against the green, depending on where it calls it. But that's the 3rd color that I'm going to do, and that's Daydreaming Tulips. And oh my word,
Gorgeous.
this is what I started with, because I fell in love with the Daydreaming Tulips, and then I found the Spring Green to go with it, and then I worked back and forth between the blue and the gray, but I wound up with the gray because I think it really shows off the pink and the green without detracting from it. The blue was taking away too much a little bit from them, so that's the way it looks against the pink. And oh God, I just love these colors so much.
Gorgeous. It's going to be gorgeous.
So I am going to start a Seldotna crop. I got 2 of the tulips, 2 of the spring green. That will give me the yardage that I need, and then 1 of the gray will just help double, because that's what I'm going to do. So I have to cake these up to get them ready to cast on, but I'm really kind of excited about doing that because I just love the way the colors go together.
Yeah.
And I really like the way the sweater looked in her colors.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it's going to show up as well. I'm just going to have to make sure I'm very much awake and not make any mistakes, because some of the designs are going to really show up in my colors, and I'm going to need to make sure that they're right.
Yeah.
So no getting away from things by doing blendy. I'm doing poppy this time, so I pop against each other. All right. These are killing me. So that was Saturday. And then on Sunday, we drove up to Woodbridge to see my brother because he was moving to Florida yesterday. So we caught him just in time to see it before they moved.
We caught him at the exact perfect time when, he really wanted to entertain guests. His
Right.
house is full of boxes. Children are running around. However, we entertained his children for a little bit. We have not seen my brother, sister-in-law, and nephews for 2 years now.
We've seen them on Zoom calls, but in person we haven't seen them.
Declan is the youngest. He has no more idea who we are than Fly to the Moon, because he was only
3 months old.
3 months old when we saw him the last time. So it was.
He is now full on 2.
Yeah, and he is
2.
He is good at the terrible twos.
Yes.
He's a runner.
He kept running away from my brother outside. I'm like, oh God, I'm so glad I'm not the one watching him. I am not responsible for this child.
And he's very cognizant of what he is doing, because he kind of, he starts to run and then he looks back to make sure that you're noticing that he's running away, and then he goes full on run.
And giggling the entire time.
So
we brought the guys because we were on our way home. We stopped on the way home, so we had the dogs, so we put them in one of the rooms downstairs, and there was a divider to keep them in the room, and Declan kept climbing up on his dad's toolbox so that he could look over and count the doggies, because he kept counting them. And he kept, we gave him a little bag of treats that he could give to the dogs. The dogs were not very good about taking the treats because they really were very upset about being locked into a room, but it was okay. They were very, very good. However, at one point he just upended the entire bag.
And he's at the age where when he wants you to come with him, he just like pulls on you
Right.
and takes you with him. Oh, he's just so
He's so cute.
And the other two, it's so great to see them because they're growing so fast.
Yes, we have a 4th grader, a 2nd grader,
And a 2-year-old.
and a 2-year-old now,
Yeah.
which is just frightening.
And they're moving down to South Florida, so we wanted to make sure that we got to see them before they were off. It was really, really good to see them.
Yes, it was. We got to talk to my sister-in-law for about 5 minutes before she went off to work, and poor Larry was dealing with movers and that kind of thing,
Yeah.
so he had a lot on his hands, but we got to sit and chat for a few minutes at least, and I'm very glad that we did. On our way up to see him, we wanted to get books for the boys to have in the car on the trip down. So we stopped at this little town called Ocoquan.
Occoquan?
Occoquan? You have the bag. And
It's a little riverside town. It's really cute
oh my
downtown.
God, it's got such a great downtown. I'm looking for one that has maybe her logo on it. I don't think she puts it on anywhere. All right. Well, we stopped in this place called the Hitchcock Paper Company, and they had the neatest stuff.
Yeah.
So we were walking the dogs around. It's a little line of stores, a little line of shops. So one of us stayed outside with the dogs and the other one went in. And Helen went in first and she said, I made a pile at the register and you can add to it. So I went in and I was looking around and gathering things. And I was talking to the lady and she said, oh, your sister, here's her pile and there's 2 things in it. I'm like, oh, she was being restrained. Well, we can't have that. So I went wild. So we got some really, really cool things.
Yeah.
We got some thank you cards that have boats and whales on them, which I thought were really, really cool. By the way, did you guys see the thing about the Maine lobsterman that got swallowed by a humpback whale? You should look into that. 'Cause he actually did.
These are little notes with whales on them. The little note cards, and they say lunchbox love, surprise hellos, pocket notes, gift toppers, place cards. You can use them for anything. The backs are red and
Just
white
red
stripe.
and white stripe, which
And
is
you just
classic.
write a quick little note. They're about the size of a business card. And they're just fantastic.
I love them.
Yeah.
I got this notepad because I had to. It's a great notepad. It's very thick.
Yeah.
So that we can make notes about things and very easy to just tear it off.
And then little note pals. These are little sticky tops for marking pages and books and that kind of thing. Since we do not dog ear our books.
No, we don't. Okay. I got this for Helen because, really, another damn list? Of course I had to get it for her.
And some fun little cards. Just a little note.
I loved these. I thought this artist is so cool.
Yeah.
So the artist is, it's Dear Hancock. It's the name of the company.
DearHancock.com is their website. This one is just hysterical. Everything will work out.
Yeah, they're Dear Hancock paper goods. So, this one I'm just gonna cross it off the get well soon and just put on it Nurse's Rock, and the person it's going to knows exactly who's going to be getting it. So,
This one's just so cool with the image and the saying.
so do you want to read it?
It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are.
And one of the reasons we went in was because we saw this in the window. And let this be the year you go after courage. I thought that was fantastic.
Yeah.
And it's a great notebook because it has the days of the week that you can fill things out. But it doesn't have the actual dates, so you can use it whenever.
Right.
So it's just a great thing to do. Right now we're using it for meal planning.
And then another little set of notes.
I can always use more
Right.
more cards, more letters, and that kind of thing. And then we each got one of these. Helen picked one out first, and I'm like, well, I need one too, because this is a 2021-2022 date planner. It goes from August of 2021 to December of 2022, so that it has all these great things.
And the artist is Katie Daisy, and she's just got great stuff. If you go follow her on Instagram or go to her website, she's got stickers. And
I always check out my birthday month. This is October 2021. When I saw that, I'm like, oh, sold. Like I wasn't before.
Right.
But, and then she has a quote for each month, and October's is, from this day forth, I shall be called a wanderer. So, and in case you're wondering, October of 2022 is this. October worked out very well, I might add, because we get that for 2022. I love this. I just absolutely love this.
Yeah.
So,
it's got great quotes in it and beautiful pictures.
Absolutely
I mean,
stunning
just
pictures.
Yeah, I really, really love this.
So this is going to be one of our journals going forward.
Because
So
we
that-
don't have enough journals.
Or notebooks.
Yeah.
Never. There are
Right.
never enough notebooks or journals. So yeah, that was our trip. We got back. We left my brother at about 3 and got home at about 9, and it wasn't too bad.
No, the trip wasn't too bad. I mean, there was a little bit of traffic, but it's, Sunday in June in the Northeast. So,
There's going to be traffic.
yeah. But it was not as bad either going or coming back as I thought it could have been. Just because we left on Friday, came back on Sunday. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just
It was nice.
drive
It was really nice.
and good to get away.
Yes,
Good to
very
be back.
nice. All right. So going forward, we have we've been talking, having people look at our website behind the scenes at certain things. So there are going to be some announcements coming up about that. We're working with somebody about social media to make sure that we're more present and consistent on social media, because we have a tendency to start things and not follow through on them. So
Or just, be really, really good and then drop off the face of the earth.
right.
I'm talking about you, May of 2021.
May of 2021 did not Hell month did not exist.
Also, we are starting to put things together so that we do not have another May of 2021 where we just...
Behind the 8 ball.
And dare I say, overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So we're going to be much more proactive.
Right.
If you've been following for 5 years, you know that we've said this before. And we're great for a couple of weeks and then...
I think we are getting better every
Yeah.
time we do it. We're getting a little bit better. Like we get better at this one particular part of it, and then
Right.
so that we just need to keep going. The part of the problem is we work very, very well under pressure.
Right.
We have to learn to work really well not under pressure and let it get to that point.
Well, the problem is that we do work very well under pressure because what we accomplished in May was staggering. But then you also, by doing that, I was thinking about it this morning, it's great that you got it all done. It's just that now all the time that we're going to lose recovering from being is not ideal.
Right.
So, yeah, so good things coming.
Right.
And just changes and everything.
So,
So, one of the changes we're going to be making is surrounding Harry Potter. We are we are realizing that our association with Harry Potter is hurting members of our community, the community at large, and that is not something that we ever want to be about. We stand behind and support the trans community 150%, and we don't want that to ever be misconstrued by anything that we are offering necessarily in the shop. So on that note, June will be the last Harry Potter Mystery Club. Our Harry Potter colors have been discontinued. Some of them will be coming back in, they'll be reworked and come back as different colors, probably under the Alice guys. And then the most immediate change is we are starting today the Toad Hollow Summer Camp. We are no longer doing the Triwizard Tournament. It will now be called the Toad Hollow Summer Camp, and that will be something that we can carry going forward. It
won't be tied to whatever theme we're doing that year.
Right.
It's going to be
It's just
Toad
a-
Hollow Summer Camp.
much more general.
Right.
So we're just gonna switch the wording on that.
Right.
We'll go and we're gonna switch it in Ravelry and on Facebook where we've got everybody doing it. We're gonna change the hashtag to TH Summer Camp, and just going forward that way.
Right. And as far as the Harry Potter yarns that we were doing, the Mystery Monthly Harry Potter yarns,
Right.
We have something starting next month that we're so excited about. We've been talking about doing it, and we were going to push it off till next year, but then we thought, okay, just
Right.
this
It'll
is
be-
a perfect time to start it.
We did 6 months of Harry Potter for the year, and now going forward in July, and over the next couple of weeks, we'll start to announce what it is. It is something that we're just excited about, and
It is something that is very, very near and dear to us.
Right.
You will notice it immediately. But we have some really exciting ideas for it.
right. So it'll just be, will just be that going forward.
Right.
So, so we just wanted to make the announcement. We know it's an immediate cutoff, but that's the best way to do these things.
Yeah.
So.
So yeah, we will fulfill the June orders for the Harry Potter mystery.
Right.
And then that will be the last professor. And then going forward, we both still enjoyed the Harry Potter books immensely. It's nothing against the books. It's just everything that's going around
Right.
them. And we don't want to have any of our yarns misconstrued in any way.
Right.
So, and we don't want to
Or
be
our-
hurtful
or our
in any way.
intentions, yeah.
So that we feel that the best way to do it is just to drop it and not have any more association with it.
Right.
So, summer camp. Welcome to summer camp, campers.
Right.
Wait till you see what your project is next month. Cause,
Your bunks are being assigned as we speak.
Yeah, and let me tell you, you're going to love next month.
Right.
It's so exciting.
Right.
Anyway, and we have the really cool new box coming out.
Yeah. So it's very exciting.
Yeah, we're very
All
excited
good
about
things
that.
going forward.
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, I think that is, and as Helen said, some of the yarns that we really love the colors, we're just going to rework them a little bit and bring them back as something new.
Yeah, because some of the professors didn't get their full time in the sun, and we'll do a little bit something different and
Right.
bring them back under a different collection.
Right.
So,
Yeah, so I think that is, I hate to end on that note, but excitement,
Right.
new things coming, it's going to be fun. And on Friday, well, talking about summer camp, today was the official start of your challenge. I know that a whole bunch of people have already started, but that's okay. So, how are your stuffies coming?
yeah,
Because I started mine crochet. I will show you on Friday.
she's enjoying it.
Yeah, I actually kind of am.
She just don't want to admit it, but she's enjoying crocheting.
This is a very simple pattern. I'm good with it. Your stuffy is
Yeah,
so cool. I
mine's
can't wait
so
for you to
cool,
see hers.
so.
Mine is a lumpy blob, and hers is really cool. But wait till
Well,
you see.
we're coming from different ends. So
Yes.
I get to start with the personality, and you're starting with the rear end.
And you're starting with the butt. Anyhow.
So we will show those on Friday. Check your progress.
Yes.
So just notice Toad Hollow Summer Camp from now on.
Right. TH Summer Camp.
Right.
Okay? All right. I think that does it. We are off to Montclair to see my mom. We hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day.
Go forth and create.
And we will see you on Friday
Yes.
with crochet.
And quilting and cross stitch.
Oh my God.
Did I say the creative juices were starting to flow again?
We will be talking on Friday. All right. We hope you guys have a great day. Bye.
Bye.